Getting started, I wanted to introduce some of our dignitaries here today. Representing Congresswoman Katie Hill is Samantha Harada. Representing Senator Scott Wilk is Patsy Ayala. Representing Assemblyman Tom Lackey is Glenna McKee. Representing Supervisor Catherine Barger is Chuck Bostwick. We're joined by Councilman Richard Loa. Mayor Hoffbauer will be here shortly. We have here City Manager Jim Pertee, Assistant City Manager J.J. Murphy, Director of Administrative Services Ann Ambrose, Director of Community and Economic Development Mark Euler, Director of Recreation and Culture Carrie Smith, Economic Development Manager Curtis Cannon, Library Director Robert Shoup, and City Clerk Becky Smith. Did I miss any staff? Did I miss any staff other than program staff? You got a special shout out later. So enjoy lunch. We will be resuming the program in a few minutes. We are served here today a wonderful, I don't know about you, but my favorite time of year is the holidays. So what better to thank our volunteers with a traditional Thanksgiving feast. So enjoy.
So I appreciate you all being here today. It's the volunteers that help make all these programs work. Last night we had a real nice program for the sheriff's volunteers and had this room filled up as well. So I want you to know that personally, I just really appreciate what each and every one of you guys bring to the city, bring to the community, and equally as important are your families that let you do this. Because if it wasn't for your families letting you do this, you'd be doing something else, right? Probably getting in trouble, I know some of you. So, all right, so good afternoon. Welcome to the City of Palmdale's Annual Volunteer Luncheon. Superheroes Assemble. Real life superheroes, ordinary people, extraordinary impact. That says it a lot better than I just tried to say it. So as the world cheers on fictional superheroes like the Avengers, Aquaman, and Superman, you only need to look around this room to see the real superheroes in our community. This theme really embodies the importance of your efforts. You make the community a better place, not for the pay, not for the lunch, but because you care and because you can do it more and you can do it better. So our volunteers, really are the best. You work side by side with our staff, and you make every program that's out there, you make them exceptional because of your efforts. So we take the time each year to visit with you, to celebrate your commitment with the community, and each year our volunteer team grows, it evolves, new team members join and bring with them a wealth of energy and ideas. I don't know if Trish mentioned it, but we got the Community Ambassador program going now too. So that's just another step, another way to kick it up a notch and find another level of volunteers in the community to kind of help pitch in and make things work. So anyways, continue with your lunch and I'm going to walk around, I'm going to visit with some of you and let me know what's working, and more importantly, I need to know what we can be doing better. Okay? So thanks.
The script says, Jim Pertee, a few words of recognition. That's it. So I guess I'm just going to have to ad-lib it. City managers, you really can't get them to shut up, really. It's easy to get us to talk. The story of Palmdale is always the story of the community and the people who make Palmdale great. And today, this is the group that really makes a difference in this city. You've got our paid staff, you have the electeds, you have the public that reminds us of all the things we're doing wrong sometimes. and some of the things that we're doing right. But here is the area, is the event and the people who are doing things right for Palmdale. And I can't thank you enough. The mayor did a great job of both thanking you as volunteers and your families for either letting you or sending you out of the house to keep you out of trouble and get you involved in something that's more than just a single person, it's a community. And so for what you do for our community and what you do together to make new friends and become a community on your own with all the different groups that you create in the different areas that you have interest in. We have each table, and there's the library table, and there's the saves tables over there, and all these different groups, because people gravitate to the things that they're really interested in. One of these days we're going to mix it up and make you all sit with other people and create some new coalitions and some new groups that and new friends.
It's your budget.
Oh, I can print place cards. It's okay. But again, appreciate certainly all the things that you do for the community, for each other as you support each other in volunteering, and for the sense of well-being and the sense of community that you bring to every single person that you serve here. The city could not exist without you. The programs and projects that we work on would not be as beneficial without you. And so, again, cannot thank you enough. And this is just a small token of our thanks for what you do day in and day out for your community and to create that sense of community and that living and that quality of life that we really enjoy up here in the high desert. So thank you so much. I'm going to bring the mayor back up. There he is. So your next line is, "Thank you, Jim."
Like you said. And continuing with the theme of rolling introductions, I want to now introduce Trish Jones, our Community Programs Coordinator, and Trish will be introducing all of our volunteers here. Well said, Jim, by the way.
And while we're getting ready for this, I'd like to invite up our council, our city manager, and our dignitaries to assume their positions along the reception line. And Glenna, there's a timeline here.
Mother Trish.
That's right.
She's on you.
She's on it. Now, I do want to share with you fabulous news. Every year we tally it up. What's the time worth? We know it's priceless, but last year you volunteers donated over 29,000 hours to the city. And every year the independent sector puts a dollar value on that, and they value that at $29.09 an hour, which comes to over $858,000 worth of service to the community. So, great job. Before we start bringing people up, I want to test some people that were here last year. But first, I would like to ask that you hold your applause and that as I call your name, if you will stand. These are the people that work with volunteers every day in the programs. I coordinate, I buy you lunch, I do all that, but they do the day-to-day work with you. And I'd like to stop and recognize them. And so, Claudia Clark, Amanda Arnold, Debbie Barriantes, Tanya Leva, Patricia Morales, Kathy Rothler, Rachel Serrano, Kathleen Whiteside, Laura Rice, and Linda Willis. Did I miss anybody? Okay. Thank you all for doing the day-to-day work. So my final question before we get to certificates is, who among you remembers the international sign of volunteer distress? My friend didn't get a certificate. You didn't call them up. No, there it is. Ian. So if we get to the end of the program and there is somebody sitting next to you, please do not suffer in silence. Please let me know before we move on, and we will make it better. All right? So first off, last year we started not only recognizing our city volunteers, but we started recognizing volunteer organizations in our community who were making significant differences. And we are very proud to be honoring 2 of those organizations this year. So, you may have noticed some of our non-human volunteers in the corner. And I would like to invite up the group known as Pet Pals. And this wonderful group takes their dogs around the community and has children read to them. And it takes away the fear and the apprehension that children have in reading aloud, and they read to the dogs. And these beautiful dogs do this at not only our library, but other programs around the community. I guess they do. Yeah, they'll come down. Oh, you're going to try and do it. Okay, so the rest of us. Thank you very much. While Pet Pals is making their way down the reception line, I will introduce our next organization. Yeah, it's like church. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know, I think next time. Yeah, nice to meet you. I actually am the one that with all the dogs? Yes. And I'm gonna do some housekeeping rules. For the individual volunteers, when you come up here, if you would come up this way and go out. That way we'll stay in order. Thank you. He's very smart. That's the best thing about it. I know. And he likes going on fishing Saturday.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to get the group got one. Oh, okay. Thank you. Our next organization that we're honoring today has done tremendous work in our community with our local veterans. And they just recently opened their very first of many, I'm sure, transitional home. And you have somebody in there, correct? And so they're helping a local family veteran get on their feet and get on their way. And so we are very proud to be honoring Vets for Veterans. I know you're okay that way, but the rest of them got to go this way. And while they're finishing up, if we could just give Pet Pals and Vets for Veterans a round of applause for all they do in our community. Okay, this year, we want to honor some people that came out to our special events. and helped, if you've been to our Kaleidoscope or you've been to any of our summer concerts, you may have seen them behind the beer booth or at Kaleidoscope helping to make just amazing things happen. So the first group that we're going to introduce and thank on behalf of special events is the Ross family. We met them last year, but I can tell you that they actually make it such a family affair that it's inspiring to those of us who get to work with them. So. Also helping this year at our special events was Daryl Augusta. Some new faces. From here, we're going to move on to our famous air park. If you haven't been out there, I highly encourage you to go out there. Some spectacular exhibits, and I believe they just rolled a freshly painted exhibit out this week. So head out there and check it out. But first of all, we'd like to have Mr. Bill Blackwood. Les Cute. Not here.
Over here, sir.
Not here, just put them aside.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Ray Lyles. If you're not here. David Macias. Oh, did he? Okay. Luis Provencio. This next gentleman bridges two of our programs at the air park. He and his family, Brad Cochran, is a volunteer at our air park, and the Cochran family are also part of our Adopt-A-Plane. Speaking of Adopt-A-Plane, Mr. Dana Baker. The Air Force Association. AV's Most Wanted Performance. Highland High School Air Force ROTC.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Northrop Grumman Retirees Club.
Which plane did you adopt?
The M5.
Oh, perfect. Very good. Nice job.
Thank you.
Rowdy Logistics. And last but not least, the very, very important part of our Adopt-A-Plane program, because they bring the donuts and the coffee, AV, Sunrise Rotary. We're blessed in this community to have a wonderful equestrian Environment, and we have honored to have the arena named after Sergeant Stephen Owen. And we have some wonderful volunteers who help us maintain that every year. And we have Kimberly White. The quiet, shy group among us at Legacy Commons. Angela Baker. Cortez Bundley. Bill Gates. Denise Gregg.
The other Bill Gates.
The other, yeah, the other one. Congratulations.
He's always
Thanks on
smiling.
behalf of the entire council.
All right.
Thank you.
Rosie Hall. Jim Hardman. Cheryl Huff.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks again, whole council. Thank you. Cheryl.
Marsha Johnson. Juanita McWilliams. Don't forget afterwards, we're going to get your group photos. Jeannie Nislett. Joni Osborne. Elena Pimentel. Followed immediately by Randy Pimentel.
Yelena. I'm Yelena.
And then, I know, I know.
Limousine Riddick. Carlos Rodriguez. Deborah Schneider.
Take a better night. Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
Valerie Smith. Naomi Tanakawa. Who I might say proudly displays her lanyard of pins from over the years. Sheila Urquhart. Harry Ward. Sherry Williams.
There you go.
And last but not least, Helen Kaysen.
We miss about 2 or 3.
Thank you so much.
So you think that somewhere got messed up in the stack and they got lost? Blame me. Well, you know what? That's the biggest thing I found about it being there.
No, I didn't know she was coming. She's here. Okay.
See? International distress call. Marilyn DiGiovanni.
Yeah, we'll have to vote for the She didn't. So we'll get it to her.
See? I don't know.
But you're here. I'm here. Don't leave. I have it for you.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much. Good talking to you.
Big hand for Legacy Commons. Next up is our amazing, wonderful literacy program. They are an adult literacy program and reach out to people in our community who along the way didn't learn the skills needed, and they help make it right. And they're wonderful, dedicated people in that program. So first up, Barbara Carson.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm going to do a throwback. I got another international distress call. Cece Austin. Yeah.
You just wanted the limelight. I know.
Thank you very much. We'll get you there. Don't worry about it. They know you were coming. They got one for you.
Catherine Conterno. Linda Kobayashi. Marlene Pearson. Rachel Roach. And Nyla Usuri. Not him. Another crossover. He works in both the literacy program and he's also a member of our library board of trustees, Mr. John Manning. Also representing our library board of trustees is Ms. Dolores Morris. Anybody else from our literacy program?
Did we miss anybody?
Nope. All right, thank you for our literacy program. Now, on to neighborhood services. One of our hearing officers, Mr. Thomas Ewan. And a former member of our housing authority and our records Management Volunteer Extraordinaire, Sally Sanchez. Heading back over to our library, Miss Jean Buckley. Mr. Robert Cashman. Looney Quizzo. And Timothy Mays. Timothy Mays? A big round for our library, please. Working over to our beautifully amazing playhouse, Miss Barbara Bates. Miss Julie Close. The ever-stylish Eloise Fenderson. Mr. David Holloway. Mr. Bill Kramer.
There you go, sir. Thank you so much.
Miss Desiree Nascimento. And finally, another one of our crossovers, Mr. Bob Brown, who represents not only the Playhouse, but the Housing Authority. Also for our Housing Authority, Christina Fraga Sains. Thank you.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Thanks, is that exciting? More to come.
Another shy, demure group over at Saves. Miss Victoria Alba. Miss Patricia Avery.
Looking at this lady. How are you? Yeah, still working on getting case of the band.
Mariah Dotson. Dan Felton. Dan holds the honor of being the first volunteer I ever placed at Saves. Yeah, exactly. Blanca Gonzaga.
Wow, thank you.
James Crow. something about this young man. He got his foot run over by a car last year, and I had to tell him to take the day off. So, he's a wonderful volunteer. Laura Laird. David Laird? No. Mara Lopez. Nope. Vanessa Macias. Christina Malone. Gina McAfee.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Nancy Morris. Carmen Navarro.
Thank you so much.
Francisco Nunez.
It means a lot to a lot.
Robert Nuno. Robert Timmermans. Norma Vasquez.
This is my, Larry, the cup of.
Edwin Vinegra. And Isabel Vinegra. Oh, he's taking both. He's taking both. Did I miss anybody?
Mark Marino and Patrick.
Oh, and another wonderful community in our organization, our community that helps us on a daily basis that saves is Desert Haven. Round of applause for Saves. Our last group to honor is our sports. This is just a small representation of the over 80 people a year that go out and volunteer their time for the sports in our community through our recreation and culture. So we'd like to invite out Art Moreno. And Patrick Sewell.
Thank you, Art, for what you're doing for the city. And how
Now is the time. I need you to look around. Is there anybody with a sad face? I got one back there. This gentleman is representing one of our newest volunteer groups this year, and we love them. It's called the Paw Troll, and he's not with his partner today. Gilbert Barajas and his dog are our dog ambassadors out at Yellen Park, and we have 4 Paw Troll representatives. And one more from Saves. Please welcome Carmelo Santo Dominguez. We could not do any of the programs that we do without you all. Your time, your dedication, your skills, your talent, they make what we do easier. And we get to do more of it because of you. And so I can't even think of enough words and a big enough way to thank you, but you really, not only do you lift up this community, but on a daily basis, you lift us up. And knowing that you're putting your heart and souls into this community makes us work harder and makes us appreciate this community so much more. So we do thank you.
You can sit down. And you're gonna wrap us up?
Where am I starting here?
Just right there.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Trish. Well, I hope you all enjoyed your lunch. Let's thank Lucky Roxy's for the lunch. And let's give a round of applause for the staff at the Cultural Center and Trish and all of her people that have really helped you help us. She didn't have the other applause in there, so I don't know where to stop. So, okay, finally, on behalf of the City of Palmdale, I really want to thank you all for being here and participating today. This is just a small token. You know what? I told the city manager, this is a cheap lunch in comparison to the work that you're doing. So, really, we're appreciative, but we're cheapskates too. So, there you go. But, anyways, we're going to do group photos. So, you see where that lady is over there with the camera?
I'm gonna start with
They're
legacy.
going to line you up, and Trish is going to announce who she wants over there and how this all works. So again, from the bottom of my heart, my kids and my grandkids participate in a lot of the programs. They go to a lot of our facilities. They love it. And you guys are doing an outstanding job, and that's why we love this place. Thank you.